February 19th, and I wanted to do a quick little update for you. There's still not a whole lot going on for me to report other than the fact that I feel like I'm losing my mind. I have really bad irritability, anger, and rage. That's a nice way of putting it. And I'll be smiling when I'm talking about this because it sounds ridiculous. It really does. But I feel like I'm losing my mind. Every little thing makes me so mad. The tiniest little things can set me off, and it's not good. I may have mentioned it in another video, but I'm really trying to be aware of it so that I can try to not get upset and mad at different situations. But it's not working. I'm still getting really, really upset. Part of it, I mean, I don't know exactly. It's got to be the pregnancy hormones causing it, but I can't blame it all on that, I guess. But I do have a lot of anxiety as well. After having 3 losses in a row, I'm super anxious. I feel like I'm waiting for something to go wrong. And the last few days leading up to my ultrasound that's coming up in 2 days on Tuesday, first, of course, after my last ultrasound at 6 weeks, 4 days, I was really happy and excited because I literally went into that ultrasound thinking the doctor was going to tell me that there was either no baby forming or that there had been one, but there was no heartbeat, or just I was prepared for the worst because of my emergency room visit and hearing that my numbers hadn't doubled in a 5-day period. So I was sure when I went to that appointment that things were going to be bad. But of course, we saw the heartbeat at 147, and so I felt pretty good for several days after that appointment because I knew we'd seen a heartbeat, and so I figured things must be going good. Well, I got on Google, which you should never, ever, ever do if you're pregnant, and I was researching miscarriage statistics, and I saw that if you've had 3 previous miscarriages, that your miscarriage rates are really, really high compared to someone who's never had a miscarriage. I want to say it was like 60% chance that you'd have another miscarriage. So in the last few days, it's just been getting worse and worse, my worrying, because I want this baby so bad, but I'm convinced that when I go to my ultrasound on Tuesday that the baby will have either stopped growing and not have a heartbeat or something. I guess that would be the only option, would be that he tells me that the baby no longer has a heartbeat or it's not growing properly or something. So I can't get that fear out of my head, and I'm trying hard, but every time I think about it, I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack, and I know it's not good for the baby. But partly why I'm feeling this way too is because since I've gotten pregnant, I've been sick like 4 times already. Like right after I found out, I had a really bad cold, sinus congestion thing. Then I ended up getting a really bad cough. Then I got the stomach flu, which put me in the hospital. Then I don't know what, I guess I haven't talked about this, but because I haven't made a video in a few days, but about 5 days ago, I was having a craving for a steak really bad. So I went to Walmart and I bought a ribeye steak. Well, by the time I cooked it, it did not sound good anymore. So I was like, well, great. I just spent a lot of money on these ribeye steaks because I bought some for my girls too. And here I went and cooked it, and now I don't feel like eating it. So I decided I would take a bite and see if it tasted good to me, even though it didn't sound good at the moment. So I took a bite and I was like, yeah, this actually does taste pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and eat it. So I ate the whole steak, and I ate a baked potato with it. And after I was finishing up with my last few bites, I was like, oh my God, I don't feel so good. So I took my medicine for the evening, my metformin and my prenatals and my progesterone, my nighttime progesterone, and I went to bed. And sorry if you hear my dog whining in the background. I just put her in her kennel and she's not happy. But anyhow, I woke up. I went to bed late. I mean, I was up late that night. I was up till like 2 in the morning. I woke up at 6:30 because all of a sudden I felt acid coming up my throat and it just felt horrible. So I got up and I thought, okay, I'm going to take some Tums and see if that'll help. Well, after I got up and around, like 3 minutes later, I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to throw up. I do not feel good. So my husband was getting ready for work and he had to leave. So he went ahead and left, and then I'm a big sissy, as I've mentioned before, when it comes to puking. I can't stand it. I cry, I flip out. So I ran in and woke up my daughter, Daphne, who's 12. I'm like, Daphne, I don't feel good. I think I'm going to puke. So as soon as I got those words out of my mouth, I was running back in the bathroom because I was like, it's coming. I kind of figured that the only way I was going to feel better is if I puked. And I try my best to keep it down, but if you're going to puke, you're going to puke. You can't keep it down. So, which is funny because I saw a lady on a pregnancy board the other day saying how she prevents herself from puking because she knows it won't do her any good. Whatever the heck that meant. It's like, hey, you can't prevent yourself from puking if you're going to puke. You will puke. So anyhow, I puked, and it was the most awful puke of my entire life. As in, the puking aspect, the actual throwing up was not that bad. I did way better than usual. I didn't flip out quite as bad as usual. But the puke itself, and I'm sorry for telling you this, but it was disgusting. It was so bitter and extremely acidic. It was horrible. And the taste of it, it made me keep vomiting because I couldn't. It was awful. Thank God, though, Daphne was up and she got me a glass of water to rinse my mouth out with. And that helped me finally be able to stop to get that darn taste out of my mouth. But so I had that puking episode, but it was just once. And nobody else got sick that had eaten the steak. So, because I thought maybe it was food poisoning. But I didn't have any stomach cramping or anything that goes along with food poisoning. I didn't have any fever. I didn't have any chills, like in case it could have been another illness. I wasn't hurting all over like when I was sick with the stomach flu. My whole body was aching and my skin was hurting. So anyhow, I figured it was morning sickness kicking in bad. And so for the last several days since then, I have been feeling pretty bad with morning sickness. And when I had went to the ER for the stomach flu, the doctor gave me a prescription for Zofran and Phenigrin, I think. So the Phenigrin is suppositories. I hope I'm saying it right. And the Zofran was tablets. I went to Sam's Club to go ahead and get it filled because I wasn't going to get it filled. But since then, this nausea has really been kicking in, I decided to go get it. So I managed to get the Zofran, but they didn't have the Phenigrin suppositories in stock, which they do have now. I need to go pick them up. But I've been taking the Zofran, which seems to help. But I'm so screwed up. My appetite is really messed up. I can't hardly eat anything, especially if it's greasy. Or I start feeling sick. So, I mean, I do have a lot of symptoms that should be saying to me, like, hey, everything is going good. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, is it because of the progesterone I'm taking daily? And then I've read online how the progesterone can keep you from bleeding if you do lose the baby because your body's still getting a steady dose of progesterone. So it can delay bleeding and a miscarriage. So that's another reason why I'm worried. And then yesterday, my husband... it was Saturday, and he was sleeping in pretty late, which is unusual. Usually he gets up to do stuff, but he wasn't feeling very good. I thought he was having allergies or sinus issues, and I was sleeping too because I've been trying to sleep a lot, just as much as I can because I don't like the nausea feeling. So I was sleeping most of the day, and I guess we woke up around like 2 or something, and I was like, man, he's still in bed? What the heck? And then he told me that he was having chills, and he felt really bad, so took his temperature, and he had a temperature. It wasn't very high. It was like 100.5, but I was like, great. The flu's been going around his work. Not the stomach flu, just the regular flu, I guess, where you're not vomiting, but aching all over and coughing. And so he's got that. And I was laying in bed by him all day. So now I'm just waiting to get the flu. I mean, it's one thing after another. Constant illness. I can't get away from sickness. I keep being exposed to sicknesses. And so that has me worried as well because how can a teeny little embryo survive all these issues that I'm having with all these sicknesses? I don't know. It just has me really worried. So anyway, my appointment is on Tuesday, February 21st at 8:30 a.m. Daphne knocked something off the table. Trying to not be worried. My mission today, it's a really nice day. I'm getting ready to take a little pack and play, like a mini pack and play that's more like a bassinet size, taking it to the car wash to spray it down and get it clean. And then once it's dry, I'm going to pack it up and put it away because I finally found the bag for it. And I plan to use that when the baby gets here if everything works out. So anyhow, I guess there's not really much of anything else to say. Do you think there's anything else that I should say?
No.
No. Oh, I will say one thing. I've only made 2 videos so far where I'm wearing makeup. Today is one of them. And my daughter Daphne, the makeup artist who watches nonstop videos on YouTube on how to do makeup, she did my makeup for me. I do my makeup every now and then, but she is getting really good at it. So I'm like, Daphne, why don't you do my makeup for me so I can feel a little bit better today and get a video made for an update for everyone. So, and then she braided, I always wear my hair in a ponytail. I'm bad about that, about not fixing my hair at all, which is why I usually look like a bum in my videos. But she braided my ponytail for me, so thought I'd do something different today. And instead of pulling my bangs back, she convinced me to try to fix them. They're getting kind of long, so maybe I'll keep growing them out, maybe I won't, I don't know. The sad thing is, with the PCOS that I have, it causes hair loss. My hair's really, really thin up front, and it's embarrassing. So I have to find just the right hairstyle so that it won't show my thinning hair. So anyway, one other thing, I guess, I keep thinking of things I should say. Since I've been feeling so bad, I haven't been able to eat very well, or like as in very much, and probably what I'm eating is not that great either. But I've lost a few more pounds. Like, I'm kind of yo-yoing right now with my weight because I had been on Weight Watchers losing weight before I got pregnant, and I had gotten down to, I think it was like 194 when I found out, or 193. And then I stayed eating healthy for the first 2-3 weeks because I felt fine. I didn't have any nausea issues. And actually, at one point, I had managed to get down to 189.8, which I just really wanted to get into the 180s, even if it was just for a moment, because I haven't been in the 180s for 12 years. It was right after Daphne was born. So I was happy to see that number, but then I was not eating so good because of my cravings, and when I'm hungry, I can only eat certain things that sound good. So I think I had gotten back up to like 195, and then, of course, with this nausea and the issues I've been having, I'm back down to 191. So, I mean, I'm not purposefully trying to lose weight because I know that that's not healthy, but it's just like, I'm just going with the flow of whatever I can eat and what sounds good, and I just happened to weigh myself because I wanted to see what was going on, and I'm back down to 191, so I don't know what's going to happen. I guess if things will get better and my nausea will go away and my appetite will come back, then I'll probably, unfortunately, start putting on pounds, but I'm going to try to be mindful of what I'm eating somewhat. But anyhow, I don't know. I'm so worried. I guess I'll know in 2 days how things are going. And please pray for me and keep me in your thoughts, that everything will be okay for Tuesday's ultrasound. And if you like my videos, please subscribe. I love it when I get new subscribers. But you know what I love the most? I love when I get comments from you guys, because it makes me feel really good to see that people out there that don't even know me care enough about me to comment on my video and say nice things and wish me good luck. So if you could leave a comment, that would be awesome. And I do try to reply to every comment that you guys leave on my videos. So, all right, well, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.